Hey everyone! Today we are going to talk about privacy coins, but first, real quick update on Bitcoin here because it's doing things. We had a little bit of a dip outside or below this ascending channel yesterday. We went all the way down to about 9.5, or actually, today actually. And we held on 9.5, and now we're basically back up on the edge of this ascending line, and it seems to be wanting to hold there. The support we had above is now turning into resistance. We'll see if we'll be able to hold and get back above that. We're going to have to, or we're going to lose this ascending line again. If we do lose this ascending line, there's still that support at 9.5, which is shown pretty solid, and there's this kind of channel of support a little below that. That being said, if we are entering a more of a bearish turn, we might see tests down towards the bottom end of this channel in time, but we'll see. We're going to have to watch the next few hours, day or so, see if this line holds. I'll be back tomorrow, so we'll update on it again. So until tomorrow, that's where we're at. All right, let's talk about privacy coins. Here we have a list of basically all the privacy coins. There's a great many of them. A lot of these I've never dug into. I know about many of them, but today we're going to basically focus on doing some TA on the top 4. I wanted to, do an overview of some privacy coins, but I had to cut it off somewhere, so I decided that going by the top 4 by market cap was kind of the most dispassionate, neutral way to do it. I have dug into some of these. I have different feelings about some of them, but I'm not really bringing that into it today. I just wanted to do a quick overview of some of the top privacy coins. Most of you are probably familiar with privacy coins, but if you don't know, they're basically just coins that in some way or another obscure transaction data on their blockchain. Bitcoin is anonymous if you don't know who owns an address, but you can see obviously everything that happens on the chain, which is part of the benefit of a decentralized public ledger. But that can lead to its own problems. It's why, despite what some people say, most smart criminals don't use Bitcoin for illegal activities because it's actually a perfect immutable record. But it's not just criminal activity that's a reason you might want privacy. I'm not here to rant about it, the virtues of privacy, but I think most people in the crypto space can appreciate it. There are plenty of non-illegal use cases for wanting to have your financial information private. And I think privacy coins are a great way to start doing that. They're very young. They're in their infancy still. It's not clear. With the rise of, regulations and more governments and financial bodies taking note of crypto, they haven't fully embraced what they're going to do about privacy coins yet because it's a small sector of a sector they're only starting to pay attention to. It'll come up. But I think they're important, and I think they have a reason to exist. So that's my little blurb on that. Let's talk about some TA of the top ones. So let's start off with Monero. All right, here we have Monero on the daily. I don't want to repeat myself too much throughout this video, so I'll just say it right now. All these coins are currently down a bit, at least the ones we're going to look at, because the market's down right now. So that doesn't mean we can't look at their general trajectory of their price action and how they're doing over the last several months. And so with Monero here, lately we've been talking a lot about these ascending trend lines. Monero is one of the coins that has held it so far. With yesterday's dip, it definitely tested on it and got below it a little, but it's holding now. It's also got some pretty good support here at $80, which seems to be really helping. We're, again, holding on that right now. It looks like 100, in a range from like 100 to 120 is a pretty big resistance level for Monero. If you zoom out a little, this area back here is kind of what I call the crypto ledge that most coins fell off of last November, December. And getting back above that is kind of a big deal for the coin. And Monero hasn't quite been able to get above its ledge. It's been trying. So that's something you're going to want to watch out for, is that we want to obviously hold this ascending line and this support at $80 and push back up. And it might take some time, even as much as a month or two, but if the market stays basically strong, if we don't see a huge crash in the market, I think Monero will probably hold, and then we'll just have to retest until we can get back into and above that resistance area. So that's Monero in a nutshell. Let's check on Zcash. Zcash here we can see has been struggling a little bit more than Monero. It's not great that just recently it was announced that Coinbase dropped Zcash in the UK specifically, not worldwide or like in the US or anything. That being said, Zcash was on the decline before that. That news just came out a few days ago. It hasn't helped, but Zcash was heading down to these bottoms before that anyway. It's found some pretty solid support at 50, where it's found support before. I'm inclined to say it'll probably hold there, like with everything, barring some bigger crash in the market, but it's shown enough solid support there that I think it'll hold there for now. It needs to test back up. There's pretty much resistance every $10, as it often happens. So there's resistance at 60, there's resistance at 70, it'll need to get through those. It could take some time. It's not showing that it's in a rush to get back up to this trend line. So we'll see. For now, I think that what you're going to hope for is some sideways action, holding above this line and maybe testing sideways between some of these levels, either 50 and 60 or even 50 and 70. So watch for that. But for now, we want it to stay stable is ideal for Zcash. All right, next up is BiteCoin. Here we can see that BiteCoin has had a somewhat similar trajectory to Zcash. It's not performing so well, and it kind of broke its trend line a while ago. I will say that BiteCoin, you can see, has not only a lower market cap, but a notably lower volume than Zcash. It's not on nearly as many exchanges, so you do see a lot more volatility in the price action. So I don't have a ton to say about it. It's kind of a similar story to Zcash. It looks like it wants to hold on this level of about, looks like, oh, what is that? 5/10 of a, or 5/100th of a cent. And it needs to, you're basically going to see sideways action here between 0.0005 or 0.0005 and 0.0007 cents. So I don't have a lot to say about it. It needs to get back up. It needs to test this level, and it needs to work back towards this ascending line. It was doing well when the market was doing well. Hopefully it can hold, and if the market starts growing again, it could see some more upside, but that's about all I have to say about that. Last up is Komodo. All right, Komodo here still has a bit of volatility. It's still a lower cap coin, but I mean lower than like Monero. But it has been performing pretty well. Again, with the market, it went up, but when it came back down, it's managing right now to hold its trend line. It's testing on there. It has some, looks like some reasonable support here at about 80 cents. And then it's got some resistance levels above, again, about 90 and $1. But it's passed through these levels with relative ease recently, so I don't think it'll have as much problem getting up through these levels as some coins. But again, right now we want to see it hold this support level here and continue on an upward ascent. It's been doing pretty well, though. It hasn't broken its trend line, so watch for this one to be a little bit of a stronger performer. It's a little bit closer to Monero in terms of its general performance in the market right now. But wait and see if there's a solid break below 80, or watch for us to test back up to 90. So that's my overview of the top 4 coins. I could probably go on all day. There's a lot of great projects down in here. Please let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter about coins you like, don't like, why, coins you might like to see me cover. I will kind of talk about the elephant in the room with Dusk. I've seen a lot of you talking about it. I've been asked to discuss it. It's clearly doing really well right now. All I can say is that I'm probably going to get around to it. I haven't dug into it enough yet. I've glanced at it. It looks like it has potential, both in terms of TA and fundamentals. But I'm currently not in a position to really talk about it yet. I will get around to it, and let me know about other coins too you might want to hear more about, and I'll get around to them. I just don't want to talk about something that I'm not educated enough about yet, so we'll get to that. All right, that should about do it for me today. I will be back tomorrow, again, so watch for that. As I always say, not investment advice, just my personal opinion. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Until I see you next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck with those trades.